So, as we know, the more you use technology, the more you hate technology. How we came to hate technology. Honestly, the most techie people I know tend to use the least amount of tech, right? It's like, oh, I don't want anything to do with AI voice nonsense. I don't want an Alexa in my house. I don't want any of this stuff. Yeah. Oh, this video? I know, I've seen people react to it. I saw the recommendations. I haven't watched it myself yet. The only tech I have is 3 Linux PCs. Honestly, most of what I have is for the sake of video stuff. Like the lights I have, the camera I have, like the mic I have. I wouldn't have any of this, or like the stream deck. I wouldn't have any of this if I wasn't doing the videos. Anyway, how we came to hate technology.
Technology. It makes our...
Wait, is that the phone? My first phone? I had a Sony Ericsson. I don't think it's the same one though.
Technology. It makes our lives easier so we could focus on the good
No,
things
it's not the
in
same
life.
one.
Like recreationally using technology.
Yeah.
Up until the past decade or so, technology was exciting. It was
How's the
solving
audio?
all these problems we face and making
My sister had one of these. I never had an iPod myself.
life more
I thought that was stupid.
enjoyable, all while looking sick as fuck. Somewhere in the 2010s, though, it started to create more problems than it solved. It was distracting drivers, causing addictions and mental illness.
On the distracting drivers thing, I've said this so many times, but I still have no idea how having an iPad in the front seat of your car was ever allowed to be like a thing. Like, how is that legal?
Stealing jobs, and it just stopped looking cool as fuck. We went from being hyped over every new advancement to just indifferent, if not a little resentful and maybe scared. Today I'm going to go over how fun and exciting technology used to be, how our perception of it has shifted.
Well, the other big thing is when you go back to early smartphones, every single generation there was some big leap, right? Like my phone here, this looks like a smartphone that came out this year. If I didn't tell you when this came out, you wouldn't be able to guess. Like, this is a cheap smartphone from, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And it looks like a cheap smartphone that came out this year. But go back to the early smartphones. There was so much innovation. There was so much, like, growth. And something from 2008 is so much different from 2007. Still on a Pixel 3a. Ooh. Or, like, you look at computers, right? Like, a computer from 1998 versus a computer from, like, 2001, there is such a big jump there.
To kind of
Also, this is so mean to a PS2.
hate it and why this is all happening. Let me take you back to when technology was still fun. I'm not going to say this is the best era, but this is kind of right before...
I'm assuming he's probably late 20s. He's probably around my age. Maybe early 30s.
People started to just fucking hate it. You had things coming out like the iPod. Holy shit.
Ooh.
I can listen to Beyonce, Hot Shell Ray, and pirate fighting sounds without the cumbersome tapes and CDs of the past. There were new computers dropping left and right. What do I want to buy? Maybe the computer with the big ass booty? I don't even know if I can handle all that ass. Maybe I should go with the
Maybe he's a bit older. Maybe he just looks like really good for his age. Like I'd assumed he was late 20s, early 30s. Maybe he's a bit older than that. I'm not sure. Somebody knows? I would definitely like to know.
Top with the red hot nipple in the middle.
Oh, the
Quick
nipple.
side
We love
note,
nipples.
A friend once told me that their nipples get darker the angrier they get. I don't know if that's true or if that's even relevant here, but I can't be the only one carrying the burden of knowing that.
Thank you.
On second thought, this is kind of triggering. I think I'm just going to go with Adele.
Ooh.
This is the 2000s, not Toontown. You still had safe options like the Dell. If you were interested in safe options, though, gaming was just not for you in the 2000s. Not only was it really edgy for some reason.
Yeah, brother, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Every console was revolutionary. Oh my god. The new PlayStation and Xbox consoles have high resolution buff dudes and
They have the fucking cell processor that nobody knows how to write games for.
ambitious babes.
Whoa.
And if you're not into that, you can just whack off with the Wii. like whack the tennis racket. Like,
Yeah.
Console launches and even game launches.
The Wii was such a revolutionary console. It got people who don't play games to be they actually care about games. Modern Warfare 2 is also a fucking insane game.
For national events. I'm pretty sure businesses closed on the day Halo 3 came out. I mean, people camped out for this game. I don't think people even drove to the store for Halo Infinite. You know what? People camped out for literally everything in the 2000s.
Midnight launches are such a cool thing that I wish was still
Captain
around.
Crunch is releasing an all berries variety.
Ooh.
Someone get my camping tent. Probably the biggest camping event was for a phone, which is where we got hit the hardest in this downfall of technology. Buying a phone was like buying a car. You had to weigh the
let me see if I can find the first phone I had. Sony Ericsson. I've shown it before. It's not that one. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? Is this it? No, that's not it. I should save this picture. I've shown it so many times. I should also just write down what the fuck it's called. But I remember my first phone was like $60. It was this cheap thing that was indestructible. Nah, I'm not seeing it. I don't want to be stuck on this segment for way too long. Was it this one? It wasn't this one, but this is a very similar phone. This is basically what I had. I don't actually miss dialing like this. It was god awful. It was horrendous.
And cons of every model and really picture what your life was going to be like with it. So this one has a built-in MP3 player.
My dad owned one of these. What do we got here? Sony Ericsson. Ooh. Ooh. Wait! No, this wasn't it. No, this is a similar one. No, yeah, this isn't the one I had. Oh, look at that crunchy 1 FPS. The Sony Ericsson UI. Yep. Oh, man. Nope, we cannot play that. We cannot play that.
High-speed 3G service and a sliding keyboard. And this one's blue.
Ooh, it's blue. Also, you just had, like, really weird experimental interface. Like, what the fuck is this key layout?
Let me just go with the blue one, please. You got different phones coming out with cool new features, unique shapes, varying sizes, and keyboards that deployed in ways you never even could have imagined. There was genuinely something for everyone. Nokia, Razr, Sidekick, Pearphone, BlackBerry, and the iPhone were so novel and, more importantly, so diverse. They were
then, yeah, the iPhone. Everything then turned into an iPhone.
Camping out for. Kind of, not really. Today you just buy them online or go to the Apple store. Nowadays you walk into an AT&T store trying to buy a phone looking like this. They're just like, what the fuck? You look good for 65. How can I help you, sir? This concept of having something for everyone extended
does
to
dress
the
like he's
internet
really
as
fucking
well.
old.
Hey, check it out. We don't need cable when we could just watch homoerotic content on this YouTube thing. Finally, another outlet for me to show off my shit music taste. Wow, I really wish I could see my favorite celebrities share shitty one-liners and or racist hot takes.
Early Twitter.
Awesome. I hope
Early
this
Twitter
turn
was
into
something.
a schizo battlefield of who could be the most.
I saw someone make a really interesting theory the other day. The reason why Twitter turned into such a political hotbed is directly tied to the existence of the character increase. Because when you had only 140 characters, you really couldn't say much. And Twitter wasn't really that important because of that. Now, people had arguments on Twitter, sure, but Twitter was never important. But then they raised it to 280, and now you can legitimately say things. And now, obviously, with Twitter Blue, you can write a twit longer on Twitter. But I don't know if this is exactly the cause, but it's definitely an interesting theory. The most Twitter messages need three letters, true.
Offensive or offended. You're telling me I could sign up to see what my old high school buddies are up to, or if I'm only 19.
You can only say insults to people you disagree with. Exactly, right? Like, you can't make a good, compelling argument against them. You can just tell them, I don't know, some racial slur.
9 years old, I could sign up to just play games. I love Facebook. I hope this doesn't turn into a
Facebook
geriatric
games.
battlefield arguing whether or not this video of Michael Jackson as Superman is real. There were always
Very
new
real.
websites cropping up, so all furries had to do was wait just one more second, and there you go. There's a new website for you guys. Don't do anything weird on there. Although it was
Never.
kind of
They would
annoying,
never do that.
there was something fun about all websites looking different. And
Oh, man.
on there. Although it was
Early
kind of
mini
annoying,
clip.
There was something fun about.
My school had Miniclip banned, but there are a bunch of other websites that copied over the Miniclip games as well. What do we have here? Monster Truck, Motocross, Urban Fever. Oh, that was fun. Raft Wars, Mountain Bike. We have Club Penguin over here. Oh, man, what a... Oh, Blocksaws! Yo!
All websites looking different and getting redesigns every few years. A few years ago, I got this book from a used bookstore, and it just has a bunch of old Flash websites, and it is fucking sick. It is genuinely sad what happened to the design of websites. I used to regularly browse the Pokemon website as a kid, and you know...
What does the Pokemon website look like now? It probably looks like the Apple Store. Okay, it's not as bad as I expected. This is still somewhat of an interesting website. I think where you still get interesting web design is from the Japanese website. There is still a lot of insane shit on the Japanese web.
When a new redesign dropped, my little ass was popping champagne. Or I guess it was just apple cider. At the time, it seemed like technology was always advancing and getting better. You can see how positively we thought about it with the obsessive use of Frutiger Arrow. This is officially a YouTube video because I said the word Frutiger Arrow. Technology looked futuristic yet clean, and we thought it was going to integrate with our natural world. And butterflies were going to be flying through bubbles and neon green pastures. So yeah, it didn't really integrate with our natural world. It kind of did the opposite.
My housemate still has a plasma TV. I cannot look at it. I did not realize how bad refreshes were on a plasma TV. It noticeably flickers. It looks horrendous.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, I already got ahead of myself, and it just arrived today. All right, going back to where I was, people were excited for what was to come. They had time to breathe between new innovations and enjoy the new product they just bought. New products also warranted being released. They would usually serve a purpose, you know, fix a problem, like tech products are supposed to do. If a new iteration of a product came out, it was different enough to justify buying it. Like, yeah, The GameCube could really use a controller that you could whack off. Now, compare all these generalizations to today. None of them are true anymore. Now, before we dive in, I don't mean for this to just be an old good, new bad, because looking at modern technology, that's just not the case. We have incredible technology today. This is more...
Some of it I really just... I just don't like that it exists in the way it does. I don't think there's anything wrong with the existence of, like, smart devices. I think the main problem you have is every single device is a smart device, and they're all internet connected, and they're all harvesting your data. Yeah. They just invented shaders and thought it was a good idea to put them everywhere. What I heard something that was really interesting recently. The worst thing that's ever happened to UI design is giving UI developers access to the GPU. That never should have happened.
More about how our perception of it has changed and how technology is advancing in a less than desirable direction. Also, this is not just a boomer thing or just a zoomer thing. Most people across all ages are starting to admit, yeah, we got a bit of a problem.
A little bit.
For example, think of
more
how
than 8 hours a day. We're already 6 hours into the stream, so yeah, probably for me.
Reacted to when something as simple as FaceTime released. I could pick up my phone at any time from anywhere and video call whoever I wanted, and it didn't look like 2 pixels. It was genuinely mind-blowing. You know what? My friend had buffalo wings from Chuck E. Cheese the other day, so I'm gonna give him a quick call and see how he's doing. Hey,
Is
buddy,
an
how's
ad?
your stool?
You gotta help me, man.
This feels like an ad.
Blood.
No? No ad?
Alright. Now compare that reaction to when I say these 2 letters, AI, or these 3 letters, NFT, or these 4 letters,
NFT, like, AI is definitely interesting. NFT is just like, like, all NFTs are a way to, like, scam stupid people out of money.
SPUM. This shit is in the news every week, and we're tired of hearing about it.
I think that's what it is. I think it's constantly hearing about it, constantly being surrounded by it, constantly being around smart devices. Every website you go to has an AI chatbot in it, and you're not really seeing any reason why it improves things.
About it. AI is more concerning because at least with NFTs, it was just kind of like an
Dumb
idiot
people.
pastime.
Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
have to worry about it affecting your everyday life, and it just kind of...
I still remember people trying to make the argument that one day NFTs are going to be used for real things. What if we had all game items be NFTs, and then you could own your game items and bring them between games, which is not something any developer would ever do. Why would they offer that? Why would they just let you? And also you would need to settle on set modeling, like the modeling file formats, and how are you going to convert items that don't make sense in different game contexts, right? It just didn't make any sense as an idea. Or like movie tickets, they're going to become NFTs so you can like sell your tickets, which is something the companies don't want you to do.
died out on its own after a few months. Who knew that a poorly animated eyesore of an ugly
There was
the
monkey show wasn't there. Yeah.
Could you have predicted that? Can we call in That's So Raven and ask if she could have predicted that this ugly ass shitty cartoon was not going to save the world of scamming that is NFTs? AI and automation advancements are not as fun as advancements in keyboard deployment technology or video game graphics. Like, we kind of have
maybe
to be
not those video game graphics.
concerned with the outcome of the former. And this is kind of how we feel about everything in tech now. Hesitant and exhausted. Everything was becoming more convenient and solving all these little annoyances of everyday life, but now we've regressed. You try to order food or even just look at the menu of a restaurant.
I am so sick of trying to look at the menu for a fucking restaurant, and they're like, oh, download our app to see the menu. Put the fucking menu on your website. Oh, why? Stop it.
Before you go, and it wants you to sign up, or it's going to throw you into the app store to download their app. You want to take the train? You got to download an app. You want to take the bus in the same city? You got to download a different app. You want to check into the emergency room?
It's really bad for electric cars, where it's like the different charging networks all have different apps.
Because you have the sword of a Sengoku period ninja in your chest?
Sir, can you scan the QR code to check in through the app?
The menu, it's on Facebook. I'll take it being on Facebook. That's okay. I don't have to download it because you can access profiles without logging in.
I don't have the app. I just have a sword in my chest. Can I do like a paper form or something?
Sir, can you scan the other QR code to download the app?
Then you got social media, which is just like f***ing horrible now. Look at these statistics. And these ones too.
Ooh,
okay,
dogs.
what about these ones? I think I'm putting up bad statistics, I hope. What started off as a fun way to connect has turned into... I don't even know what to describe this as. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on with Instagram captions.
Do I use Waydroid?
It's
not really.
sassy, but you're also in the third person because you're the main character and slaying. And it's not just a girly thing. I'm not going to just dog on the girls out there. Us guys do this shit too. We got default captions and poses too. You got to work the boys into every caption and then throw up a 4 when you're posing with said boys. Hey.
That's actually, I'll give you the 4th. I don't do many pictures, but yeah, this is a thing that dudes do.
My colonoscopy with the boys. Picking up floss from the store. With my boys. Just went fishing. And then drunk drove and hit a family of 4.
Yeah, brother! Drunk driving.
With the boys. Then you got Snapchat, which I just had to delete because...
I haven't used Snapchat in about 7 years.
What am I going to do with Snapchat? When you're no longer in high school and taking pictures of random people in class and drawing a wiener over them, there's really no point to this app. Plus, the Discovery tab is concerning. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to keep ranting.
The fact that there is a thing in Snapchat where you can just see other people's locations, like, that's fucking weird.
About social media, so I'm just going to leave off with these last 2 things. First of all, everything has a TikTok feature. Instagram has one. Snapchat has one. YouTube has one. The fucking Guitar Tabs app has one. I'm trying to learn Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers.
Ooh.
Why do I need to see a 12-year-old ripping their vocal cords to sing Alicia Keys? Second, if you're tired of all these apps becoming...
Twitch has a short feed thing as well. No one uses it. Literally no one. The only reason people ever use it is... one of the requirements for getting affiliate is you have to make a thing to announce a stream. And that's the only time people ever use it.
So f***ing bloated that you don't even remember what their original purpose was.
I've never understood the point of Snapchat. To send pictures of your balls to your male or female friends, whoever you feel like it.
You can download all these BS real social media apps that all your friends are just going to stop using after 3 days. Like,
yeah, I do remember this.
I'm pretty sure I still have a friend actively posting to be real. Just into the void. I have
my
this
sister
thing
was
with
using
Locket,
it for a while. I think it's...
That one's kind of cool. It puts pictures of my friends on my home screen. Social media
The
lost the
IRC
plot
back.
so long.
Well, you are actually on IRC right now if you're on Twitch.
They don't each have their niche anymore. They want to incorporate features from all the other apps so
they want to be
the
mega apps.
catch-all app. But they just end up being bland. Like, why would I choose Instagram over Snapchat or Google Plus, the best social media platform exists? And this...
I remember when YouTube was pushing that so hard, and you had to have a Google Plus account to comment on YouTube.
Is the big killer here, the homogenization of everything. I already mentioned every app having a TikTok feature, but we also have a story feature on every app.
Yep.
Why? And staying on the topic of homogenization, let's go back to phones. I'm just gonna show you phones from like 20 years ago, and then phones from today. Dude, that sucks. These are all just iPhones. It's the same with cars, tablets, and laptops, where everyone wants to copy the style of Tesla and Apple respectively. Not only has tech gotten so homogenized, but it's gotten very invasive too. And I don't mean in like a toddler coughing in your face kind of way. I mean in a rash kind of way, where it's always there reminding you,
hey, I'm here. You want to play with me?
That's what a rash sounds like. It sounds like Ash Ketchum.
Whoa, Pikachu! Click my link tree in the bio to check out my SoundCloud.
I don't
check
know if
out
I should
my
keep
OF.
these impressions in the videos. I don't know why I'd never choose to cut them out. We reached a point where technology was seamless and solved real problems. And
I would say about I would say 2018. 2018, I think, is like the end of any noticeable improvements. Like, obviously, things get faster, there's like newer software, whatever. But like actual problems being solved? Not really. Like 2017, 2018, somewhere in that range.
Past it, where now technology is inconvenient. You used to get in your car and you had your music, AC, and all your little car features easily accessible because you're hurling a 1,000-pound vehicle at 65 miles an hour. You got to be able to access these everyday things quickly and
No,
easily.
now you want an
Then
iPad.
We passed that point. Now everything is behind 3 menus on
Do you know why every car has an iPad? It's because it's cheaper. That's why. That is the entire reason why they've done it. It is so much cheaper to stick a tablet into the dash and then do everything with software rather than having dials for stuff. That is the entire reason for it.
touchscreen that you have to look at and pray that you don't hit 2 kids and a dog while using. Home phones let you call your friends and plan ahead or catch up. You can leave a message if they're not home, and it wasn't the end of the world if they didn't answer for a little while. Cell phones helped bridge that lost connection when you're out on the town and you can't find each other, or you're just not home, or there's an emergency. You saw a ninja slinking around your house. Now we're way past that point of feeling a genuine need. There is no reason I should be able to receive work emails when I'm going out after 5 p.m. And there's no reason I should be able to post a picture of the sunset with the caption, "Golden hour with my golden girlies." There's no reason for any of this. It's just noise. And you can just say, oh, just quit your phone. But people freak the out if you don't respond for a few hours. It's out of the
I've noticed a lot of people are starting to get more used to it. Like, if you ever DM me, I probably won't respond. I will respond eventually, but like there are plenty of cases where I just don't respond for like a day. I just get back to it eventually. Like I don't want to deal with you right now. Like, yeah, you send me them. This is why I hate read receipts as well. Here's my hot take. Remove read receipts. Read receipts, all they do is encourage people to think that you're ignoring them, because you see that they have read your message and you see, oh, they aren't reading my message. Why haven't they responded to my message? Delete read receipts.
the norm now. You can't just ditch technology, especially with the way it's so integrated with our everyday lives. Some people can't get around their city or do their job without having a smartphone. Technology used to be exciting and helpful. It solved problems we all faced in our everyday lives. But with the way it's so homogenized now, it's starting to create more problems than it's solving. There's no more of that something for everyone. Everything's got to be one size fits all now. Every phone is an iPhone. Every car
the thing with cars, and the reason why a lot of new cars are sold as black, white, or gray is when you have no personality to it, it makes it a lot more easy to sell and a lot more easy to resell. Like, yeah, this is not a bad color, right? But like, what is it? Is a Nissan is it Nissan Micra? What is the? Is that it? Pink. Nissan Micra pink. Yeah, it is the Nissan Micra. This is a OEM color you can get for the Nissan Micra. Now, you know, it's not the best looking pink, but the reason why you don't see cars like this as much is it just hurts resale. Like, you will see, if you do see color, they tend to be fairly toned down color. But if you look at new cars from like the 70s, you'll see orange, green, blue, red, and then like somewhere down the list, then you have white. Maybe. Nissan. You should teach Brodie English. What? Nissan?
Crossover SUV. Every console is basically the same, except for Nintendo. They're just the same
Nintendo
as themselves. And I don't want to
that's
hear
true.
anyone saying, "Hey, bro, I think you're just depressed. That's why nothing's exciting anymore. Yeah, I'm depressed. My big-ass thumbs can't type on this stupid touchscreen keyboard, and there are no phones with physical keyboards anymore. I'm depressed. I can't flex
No, there are. They're just made for people who are 500 years old.
on my friends with a sick new phone. What am I going to pull up with the iPhone 16 and be like, hey, bro, hey, this phone is like all your phones, but I can combine emojis.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say technology peaked and we should just stop making new technology because I don't think that's true. But we passed the point where it was all
I think that's the case.
because it was
We should do
genuinely
that.
useful and looked so fucking sick. It would be cool if it was possible to just ditch your phone and get a dumb phone. But I like having Spotify and Venmo and the Chipotle app so I can get a free bowl once every 7 years. All I really want is a cool looking phone with a physical keyboard. But until then, I'll just keep buying these cheap ass Google Pixels whenever my current one breaks. I really
There you go. That's the way you do it.
don't use this for anything other than phone calls, texting, and
Yep,
checking
yep.
Facebook Marketplace for the weirdest shit.
I don't like doing any social media on my phone. If I'm going to do social media, even Marketplace, I'm going to do it on my computer.
I can ever find. Look at this shit I found the other day.
Oh,
I'd say everything
what is
I
that?
talked about is worth it because I got to see this. Chondle that subscribe
No, you
button
should buy
for
it.
videos about literally anything. Everything goes at this point. Comment what your favorite thing about old phones was, and thank you for watching.
I'm not sure I'd want a physical keyboard back. I don't necessarily think every phone should have a physical keyboard, but I like the idea of having the option to have a physical keyboard.